You pull away right when things start going well, not because you stopped caring, because caring that much suddenly feels dangerous. Everyone calls it commitment issues. It's not. What's actually happening is a lot more specific, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why it happens, what it's protecting you from, and the one shift that changes everything. This is avoidant attachment, one of the most misunderstood patterns in relationships. Most people assume avoidant means cold, selfish, incapable of love. But underneath it, avoidant attachment isn't the absence of feeling. It's a nervous system that learned a long time ago that closeness comes with a cost. Here's what it actually looks like from the inside. Someone gets close to you, and instead of feeling safe, you feel crowded. Not because you dislike them, because intimacy itself starts to feel like pressure, like an obligation you didn't fully agree to. You might need space right after a good moment together, not because it was bad, but because it was good. And good moments make loss feel real. You might minimize how much someone means to you, even in your own head, so you don't have to face how much it would hurt if things ended. You might struggle to ask for support when you actually need it, defaulting to handling everything alone, even when part of you is desperate for someone to notice. None of this is a conscious choice. It's a pattern built from somewhere specific. This usually traces back to a childhood where emotional needs weren't consistently met, or worse, where showing need led to disappointment. Maybe a parent who was physically present but emotionally distant, someone who provided for you but never turned toward your feelings when you needed comfort. Maybe there was subtle punishment for vulnerability, being told to toughen up, made to feel like your emotions were an inconvenience. Maybe you learned the safest way to avoid being hurt again was to simply need less. A child in that environment adapts logically. If reaching out for comfort doesn't work, the nervous system builds a new strategy. Rely on yourself, don't need anyone too much. If you don't need people, they can't disappoint you. That strategy works for a while. It gets you through childhood, but it follows you into adulthood in a way that quietly sabotages the connection you actually want. As an adult, the moment someone starts to matter, an old alarm goes off. Not because they did anything wrong, but because mattering itself has historically been dangerous. So you create distance. You get busier all of a sudden. You start noticing flaws that didn't bother you a week ago. You feel an urge to end things right when they're going well, because going well means there's finally something real to lose. This is where it gets confusing for everyone involved. From the outside, it can look like you don't care, but often it's the opposite. The withdrawal is happening because it mattered too much, and your system doesn't yet know how to hold something that important without protecting itself from it. The people on the other end experience real confusion and pain. They see someone who seemed present suddenly become distant with no clear explanation, and because avoidant attachment rarely comes with an obvious trigger, it can feel like rejection even when it's actually fear wearing the disguise of indifference. Here's the part that's uncomfortable to sit with. Avoidant patterns don't just protect you from disappointment, they also quietly prevent you from ever getting the thing you actually want, which is to be fully known by someone and still chosen. You can't experience that if the moment things feel real, you create enough distance that no one gets close enough to truly know you. This isn't about blaming yourself for surviving the only way you knew how. Distance was reasonable in an environment where closeness wasn't safe, but what protected you as a child isn't what gets you the relationship you want as an adult. The goal isn't to stop needing space. Everyone needs space sometimes. The goal is noticing the difference between needing space to recharge and needing space because closeness triggered an old alarm that isn't actually describing your current relationship. That distinction takes practice. Staying in a moment of closeness a few seconds longer than feels comfortable. Naming what you're feeling out loud, even when every instinct says, handle it alone. Noticing when you're inventing reasons to be annoyed right when things are going well, and asking honestly whether those reasons are about them or about how unfamiliar it feels to let someone matter this much. If this describes you, it doesn't mean you're incapable of love. It means you learned early on that the safest way to survive was to need less. That strategy made sense once. It doesn't have to run your relationships now. Karti Orta. If you've noticed this pattern in yourself, you're not the only one. This channel breaks down the psychology behind why we love, attach, and pull away the way we do. New videos every week. Subscribe for more on the psychology of relationships and attachment.